Welcome back to CCPS Digital Learning Day. Coming up next, we have two of our own, Althea Hudson and Chris Vester, talking about Google Sheets color by number. I remember those paint by number activity books they used to do in the back end of the car on the way to like Lake Erie in the summertime, but I'm sure this is something completely different.
As they're going, there is a back channel document that's going to be on our EdTech Hub, and you can find that by going to bit.ly/DLDCCPS. And if you only have time to tune into this video today, we are going to post all the videos from today on the same website after today is over, so you'll be able to tune into them at any time. So this is your one-stop shop for all your resources. And at this point, we're going to turn it over to Althea and Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Formulate Fun with Google Sheets, color by number. I'm Althea Hudson. I'm the tech integrator for Roby's Middle School and Swift Creek Middle School.
I'm Chris Vester. I'm the tech integrator for Cosby High School and Monacan High School.
And similar to what Chris did as a young child, you're going to be seeing a little bit of some color by number, only not with crayons. So we're using some technology because why not? We're technology integrators.
Exactly. So looking on your screen right now, you see a link, a little bit.ly to our website of resources. Go ahead and open up a tab for yourself and bookmark that bit.ly because it's going to be used not only throughout this 15 minutes, but really throughout the rest of your teaching careers.
Right. Do make sure that you put your caps lock on for the CBN CCPS because it is case sensitive.
And please take a moment to follow us on Twitter sometime today because we're going to be tweeting about these color by numbers for the upcoming months, upcoming years, because it's just an amazing activity.
Yeah, kids of every level really like this one because it really can engage depending on what, I mean, it doesn't even matter what content you put in. The high schoolers love it, the middle schoolers love it, and the teeny tiny tots love it too. So
absolutely.
Check it out.
So looking at our website right here, you'll scroll down and you can see a link to our YouTube Live back channel.
All right, so on this back channel, the way this works is throughout our presentation, hi everybody up here, I see you. Anybody who has a question, you just have to scroll down and put it down here, and it looks like we've already got a great question from Laura. Would you do these for a summative assessment, Chris?
Actually, I think these are more for a formative assessment to give those students a quick instant feedback. And we're going to demonstrate why it's more formative than summative in just a moment.
All right. As you are following along today, if you want to do a quick side-by-side, I would recommend that you grab your tab by left-clicking and holding and pop that sucker out of the browser. If you hit the little button in between the minimize and the X for each of your browsers, you can do a quick side-by-side so that you can watch us and play along with whatever you happen to open today. So without further ado, let's have some fun, Chris.
Absolutely. So on our website, I want you to go up to the DLD practice tab out there because I want you to experience exactly what the students experience when they do an activity like this.
Okay.
So looking right there, that color by number sample, go ahead and click on that and make yourself a copy.
All right. So this is going to just make a quick copy for you and put it on your drive. So you've got an example of how we did this, but we will walk you through it as well at the end.
So you see, I have 10 quick questions that I would love for you to answer about today's lovely day.
Gosh, nothing like putting me on the spot.
Absolutely.
Huh? Oh, look at that. No wonder the kids get excited. Now, Chris, is that as much fun as your color by numbers when you were riding to Pennsylvania?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
All right, so hashtag CCPSDLB. Is anybody else playing along? This is pretty fun. Oh, Capital Virginia, we've got this, right?
So you notice as you put in those correct answers, colors magically appear over on the right-hand side of the page. And if you put in an incorrect answer, go ahead and spell free incorrectly.
Okay.
I know that's going to hurt you as an English teacher.
Oh, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So that's that instant feedback that I was talking about. We're going to be able to see right away, do we have the answer correct? Or do we need to rethink either how we typed it or our answer altogether, which makes it more of a formative, quick assessment for our students instead of that summative assessment.
Taco Tuesday, I'm so glad that you taught me that.
Now you know.
All right, so if I zoom out of this, I can see we have a 4-leaf clover. So cute, so fun, and so relevant for next month.
Absolutely.
All right, so Chris, you've got to tell me, how did you make this happen?
Well, pure geniusness.
And a little bit of magic.
And a little bit of magic. What it is actually using that conditional formatting that's built into Google Sheets.
Awesome.
So as we went through it, if you put in the correct answer, those different cells were formatted to change whatever color I wanted them to change based on your answer.
Well, that sounds a little daunting. Is it tough to do?
Not really. Let's try one.
Okay.
So
All
let's
right.
go back to our
Practice.
this again.
All right.
Scroll all the way down to the bottom this time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what are these right here? Other examples that we could potentially do with conditional formatting, right?
Absolutely. So there's inequality fun, where that one is programmed that if they put in a value of X or value for the variable that makes the sentence true, it will turn one color. But if they put in a value that will make the sentence false, it turns a different color.
Ah, that's clever. And what about this quadrilateral one?
This is using conditional formatting that if you're putting in the information that is required for the chart, it will color correctly, and if not, it won't change color at all. Using that same aspect that we just used on the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, that's fun. So just a couple of different ways to use the conditional formatting.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I should go ahead and click on this very last Let's Create One Together link right here. And
Please.
I'm going to really quickly make a copy. And for those of you who are joining or want to play along, we did put a link to this sheet. It'll force a copy on you so you can open it up and follow along. Also down here, we put the formula that's going to drive our spreadsheet so that you don't have to type it over and over again. Just double click on it and Control-C to copy. We'll just have to stick the equals in front of it to actually make it work when the time comes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what
Now,
am I
Althea,
doing?
you might have noticed that on this sheet, there's actually 2 tabs down at the bottom, where on the 4-leaf clover sheet that you did before, there was only 1 tab.
Oh, yep.
And that second tab right there is the answer key. And we've just stuck in a couple of placeholders right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, A.
Okay, so as a classroom teacher, if I was going to be using somebody else's template, this is where I could come in and put in my own answers that are relevant to my class and my content.
Absolutely. So
Very
you could
cool.
do world languages with using the international keyboard and actually type the Spanish, French, German words the way they should be written with accents.
Nice.
You can put math problems in here. You can put English literature problems here, whatever your heart desires.
Very cool. All right, so how do I get started?
All right. So we're going to keep using those placeholders. So let's go ahead in that questions column
Mhm.
and let's go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do
Okay.
5 questions quickly.
Also, another quick tip, some teachers like to actually put in the question here. So I could write what is the first letter of the alphabet, right?
Absolutely.
So depending on how long your questions are, you can actually have your questions here and the kids respond here. Or if you already have a formative assessment on paper or in like a Google form or just even in a Google Doc, you could put the corresponding questions here and the kids just use this as an answer sheet to check themselves, right? And get that instant feedback.
That instant feedback is where it's at.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. So we're going to be using what is known as the indirect formula. And that indirect
Good.
formula, he can be a little temperamental.
When is technology not temperamental?
Exactly. So we're going to trick him to work without any issues.
Okay. How do I do that?
So let's just go ahead and pick one cell somewhere in our drawing that we want to color.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I got it.
And
I'm ready to go.
you are raring to go.
I'm kind of on top of things because I'm a genius. Just kidding. Go ahead. Am I throwing you for a loop here?
You are throwing me for a little
I'm
bit
so
of a loop
sorry.
there. So we're going to right click on that
Yeah.
cell and we are going to go down to our conditional formatting.
Okay.
And over on the right hand side,
Yep.
we are applying this to cell K6
Mm-hmm.
where it says format cells if. We're going to change that on our drop down to is equal to.
Okay.
And then we're going to program our, and then we're going to write in there with a value or formula,
Uh-huh.
equal,
Yes.
indirect,
Hmm?
parentheses, quotation marks, and then our answer key tab are in exactly the way it's named on our tabs down at the bottom.
Okay, so I need to do answer with a capital A,
Correct.
put a space, and key with a capital K.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we want an exclamation point to
Okay.
show that it's a sheet.
Okay.
And then we're going to do this one to cell B2 because we're matching this up to our first question.
All right. So B2.
And then end the quotes
Okay.
and end the parentheses.
Okay.
Oh, see,
no.
there's that lovely.
What's going on?
There's that lovely indirect error that sometimes occurs, which
Okay.
is no big deal. We're just going to go ahead and dismiss him out of there, refresh our page.
Okay.
You are on K8 or K6, excuse
Oh,
me.
you are good. Up one.
Yep, go ahead and right click and let's open that conditional formatting. back
Okay.
up.
Oh, here's
And
my
our rule is
rule.
still there.
All right.
So now we can go ahead and put in our color, and I think we should do some bright
I like purple.
purple. Works for me.
Okay. Oh, come on now. Of course it's not going to work today when we're going live. Let me just refresh real quick. Do I need to pop back into that same
Yeah.
cell?
Before we
Okay.
go into that conditional formatting, though, let's
Uh-huh.
go ahead into that K6.
Yes.
And let's type in is equal to.
Okay.
Well, just K6.
Equal? Oh, sorry. Might help if I actually got into the right cell. Thanks. Equal.
Equal to $,
Uh-huh.
capital B,
Okay.
$, 2.
All right. And hit enter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, there we go. Now it turned purple. That's exactly what we wanted to do, right?
Exactly.
Awesome.
So we do want to make sure we go up and color that font to be that same purple in our
Okay.
conditional formatting.
All right. So I need to go back into my conditional formatting.
Mhm.
There we go. And change my font so that my answer doesn't show up and ruin my cute little picture I'm going to make.
Exactly.
All right. So another tip that I learned as I worked with teachers was that once the conditional formatting is done, if I come up here and paint the cell white and the font white, so that when there's no answer in the answer key, it looks like nothing is there.
Exactly. And that will also help if they put in the wrong answer.
Okay.
So if they put
yeah.
a C in there,
Uh-huh. Oops. Or an F maybe.
nothing appears in our cell.
I have fat fingers and can't type. There we go. Oh,
Perfect.
cool. Okay, cool.
So now we have tricked our sheets to ignore that indirect error that sometimes happens.
Uh-huh. And
And
so
now
then
we
I can
can
finish
do-
my picture?
Yes, now we can do multiple cells at one time.
Yay. All right.
So
So
click a
little tip-
bunch of cells to make our smiley face.
All right. So I'm going to hold down my control key on my keyboard so that I can select multiple cells that are not necessarily in a straight line. Because I'm going to make a smiley face, because why not, right? All right. I right click if I'm remembering
Mhm.
correctly, conditional formatting. I see my cells up here. Am I doing the same thing that I did last time though?
Nope, this time we're gonna go all the way down to custom formula is,
Okay.
and that's where we're gonna grab that formula that we typed over there.
Okay. So I do need to Control C to copy it.
Mhm.
Come back over, and because it's a formula, I have to put equals in front of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then I'm going to paste it in.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
then you
going
can go
to,
in, since we're not doing this one to B2, we're
Uh-huh.
doing this one to B3, we can just go right in and change that formula,
Oh.
that 2 to a 3,
Okay, got it.
and then the 2 on the end, let's change that to a 3 as well.
Okay, so this one right here is telling me that if the answer on the answer key in cell B3 matches the answer on my answer key on this spreadsheet, I want to change it pink. Yay!
Absolutely, so go ahead and click done.
Okay. And then I need to come up here and grab my cells real quick. I must have clicked off it on accident because usually they'll stay highlighted for me. I want to turn them white so when the wrong answer is in there, it looks like there's nothing in them, in
Correct.
those cells. Okay. All right, let's try it. Fingers crossed. Ah, there we go. Check it out. So,
Awesome. You got to remember when you type that answer in to hit return, otherwise it won't appear. So that's just some basic information on how to do some of that conditional formatting on your own. If you go back to our site, you'll see a tab that's tips, tricks, and templates. And in that site, it gives you step-by-step directions on how to create a template,
from scratch.
as well as
A template on how to set up, or directions on how to set up the pre-made templates that a bunch of us integrators and teachers are making out there and sharing with each other. If you scroll down just a little bit, here are some teacher tips from teachers around the county who've used this and said, hey, here are some things that I found that worked a little bit better with my students.
Absolutely. And if you scroll down even further, we would love for you to share any templates that you have created on your own.
Yay.
You see that we already have one that Althea shared for Thanksgiving turkey. And then a teacher named Rebecca has shared one that's going to make Patrick Star.
Yay,
which
thanks,
I
Rebecca.
believe is from that lovely show SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh.
SquarePants. Before we go at the end of our time here, I want to point out our 5 other uses. You
Yes.
can use conditional formatting for more than just color by number sheets.
Absolutely. So you could use it to promote student collaboration and break out EDU puzzles by having your cells formatted with the conditional formatting to reveal different answers for your students.
There's a great template online that you can use conditional formatting to play battle sheets.
Like Battleship.
Absolutely.
That's fun. All right, you can create pixel art with your students. There are different 20 different templates here on that website. You've got your critical thinking skills. We gave a couple examples on this website, and we will gladly, if you have other things that you'd love to share or create, we will add them to our list. And teacher efficiency, this one's a biggie. You can conditionally format with multiple conditions on an entire column of cells so that you can see at a glance who's doing well in your assessments, who needs that extra help, and who needs a little bit of a push right here.
And unfortunately, as always, we go a little bit over time, so we're going to go back to our camera and give a big wave goodbye.
Oh, is
Or
it going?
No, we're still streaming.
There we go.
Bye,
All right,
everyone.
bye.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
All right. All right. Thanks, Althea and Chris. That was a wonderful presentation with tons of resources. I hope somebody goes to your website and just gobbles all of those up. But it's a great way of showing not only how a fun activity from our childhood can be brought into the digital age, but also how you can take it further with all those wonderful other templates like the battleships and the pixel art. So great job.
Thanks.
Thank
So
you.
that ends our math hour. We're going to switch to science at 12 o'clock. We've got Amy Scott from Providence showing us how she uses HyperDocs.
All right. See you, everyone.